Hello, I usually don't make these kind of videos, but this is the first one that I'll be making and that I'll be putting on this channel. Today's topic of discussion is why you should never cry in front of your woman or your spouse. In today's society, they tell you you should be more feminine, you should show your emotional side, and that you should cry in front of your girl, and that is just simply not the case. With attraction, it doesn't work that way. With the laws of attraction, masculine men are attracted to feminine women, and feminine women are attracted to masculine men, and vice versa. History has shown this countless of times. And there's a quote that I remember hearing a while back, and it goes like, if you cry in front of your woman, you're pretty much bleeding next to a shark. And those words have merit because basically women will, at the first chance they get, they will utilize that as a weapon and weaponize it against you. Whenever you're at your lowest or in an argument or, etc., something like that, right? And I'm gonna tell you the story from personal experience. Probably around 2022, I was talking to this girl. I'm not gonna say any names, but she was a beautiful girl. She took care of herself. She went to the gym. Blonde hair, colored eyes, colorful personality. Just a cool girl to be around. Anyways, one day she was over at my house, and she had asked me to make her grilled cheese, and I agreed, being the man that I am, right? Anyways, we were in the kitchen and I was making it on the skillet because the toaster wasn't working at the time, and so as I was making it, I had a thought in my head, and I was like, okay, let me test her and get her reaction, to see how she would react to, me showing her some of my quote unquote feminine emotional side, right? Anyways, so as I was talking to her, I started telling her a personal story of mine. I'm not gonna speak on that story here. Maybe in a future video if y'all would like, but maybe not. Anyways, back on topic. As I was telling her this personal story of mine, I let a few tears out, not too much, right? Obviously, you never want to bawl your eyes out in front of a woman. That's just something you never want to do. But I let a few tears out just to get her general reaction. And from what I'd expect, I got from what I'd expect. She was caring and nurturing because she's a pretty cool girl. Not your typical stuck-up girl, right? Anyways, so that's about what I'd expect, right? Until a few days passed. She started ghosting me. She wasn't replying to any of my messages or anything like that, and that's fine, right? Like, I didn't think anything of it at first, but after, as the days went on, I started to get worried because maybe something had happened. Accidents happen, shit happens all the time. So I called her, trying to see what was going on, and then she hit me with a text saying that there was another guy or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, that's fine or whatever. Like, you could have just let me know, it would have been alright. Like, I wouldn't have any hard feelings. But anyways, there was no hard feelings between that. But that just confirmed what I already kind of knew what was true, is as soon as I showed the smallest amount of vulnerability or weakness, she kind of withdrew immediately, right? So with that being said, don't cry in front of your woman or your spouse or your girl or whatever, right? Because girls see that as weakness, and a feminine girl, like I said, when it goes back to laws of attraction, feminine girl does not like weakness. She likes strength, and strength comes with masculinity. But that was it for today's topic of discussion. If you like the video, and if you have a story of your own you'd like to share in the comments, please do. you know, share your thoughts. You know, I'd like to hear him and respond to him. Thank you for watching if you did, and for sticking to the end. And who knows, maybe I'll do future videos like this. See you later.